Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Susan, I like your picture. Now it's, oh, there it is. Okay. Your background picture. Hi, Dawn. Thank you for opening up your camera. Danielle.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So welcome to our Building Your Brand program that is being sponsored by BCAR's New Member Success Committee. I'm Lisa Ginsburg, and we also have Anne-Marie Allan on, and we are your staff liaisons today. And then, of course, we have our co-chairs of the New Member Success Committee, Javier and Janine, and they'll be speaking to everyone today. So we're thrilled to have you guys. Thanks for doing this with your busy schedules, and thank you all for joining us today. Just a couple of brief housekeeping announcements. Please keep yourself on mute while Javier and Janine are speaking. If you do have any questions while they're speaking, you can raise your hand or you can unmute yourself and interrupt. It makes for a great program, so don't be shy. Just unmute yourself or raise your hand, and this way everybody can hear the great question that you have. We are recording this, and it will be sent to all of our members. So if there's something you miss or you want to listen to it again, it will be sent out probably tomorrow to all our members, and it'll also be on our website. So if you really like this program, you want to share it with somebody in your group, to somebody else, that's great. We have no problem with you sharing it. Please do share it. Let me see if there's no other announcements. Just my pleasure to introduce our, as I said, two co-chairs of the New Member Success Committee. They have great bios, but I'm going to be really brief with them so you can hear who you came to hear, Javier and Janine. Javier started in 2017 with Century 21 veterans, and he realized he needed to learn very quickly. So he created a group called the New Agent Talk to share ideas and support each other. Is that correct, Javier? Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a lot more detail, but it was.
I know. I'm just being really, really brief, so you can.
I love this, by the way. I'm like, yes, that sounds like somebody I know.
He hosts a New Agent Mastermind every Friday, free for all realtors nationwide. He currently serves and roles within BCAR, PAR, and AR in different roles. And again, as I mentioned, there's so much more, but I'm just going to be brief. And now Janine is the other co-chair, is his co-chair of New Member Success. She is a broker and owner of Messina Real Estate in Bristol. She was elected, she did this during college, and she was kind of thrown into the business, and it contributed to making her passionate about wanting to help other people in their career, which we thank you, Janine, for all your knowledge. She was elected to the BCAR Board of Governors in 2019, and she was, I believe, the youngest member on the board at that point. Her specialty is property management, and she looks to continue growing her business. She loves and strives to see small businesses survive, and she's passionate about helping others new to their careers. So we are thrilled to have both of you. Danielle, there's a question, Danielle, we can hear, Javier, try increasing it. If not, Danielle, you might want to get off and come back on.
Are you using your cell phone? If you're using you're using your computer. So try to click the volume button on the bottom of your computer to see where your master volume is coming through.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
I have it at 100%. In the beginning of the meeting, I could hear you guys great, and now it's just like.
Okay, so click the mute, click where it has the arrow that goes above, where like next to the mute box, and then go to audio settings, and then you can go ahead and turn the output volume up manually inside of there, because it's probably low in there.
And we can hear you, Danielle.
Okay, yeah, I see where it is. All right, I'm going to turn it up and see.
Is it working?
Okay, thank you guys.
Very welcome.
All right, I'm going to mute myself out so that the two of you can start. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Hi, everyone. I think, Javier, is it okay if I start?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So my name is Janine. I know Lisa just gave you a quick bio about me. I just wanted to let you know, Lisa did send us some of your feedback about things that you wanted to hear about. And before I get started on our program details, I just wanted to talk a little bit about time management because I know that's something that I struggled with at the start of my career, being young and just trying to kind of live my life, but also still strive in my career. So just to start out, I would say definitely use a tool. It's called Calendly. I'll send the link out at the end of my talking, but it allowed me to schedule everything, and it allows you to interact with your clients so that they can reschedule or you can reschedule, just so that you have a pretty clear outline of, what you're looking at for your weekly tasks. Also, one of the biggest things I always say is just try to incorporate your career into your everyday life so that it doesn't seem so stressful and overwhelming. So for example, if you enjoy to go and get a cup of coffee in the morning, how about you bring your laptop, go and get a cup of coffee, sit down, make a little tent sign that says, realtor at work, come talk to me. That allows you to use your time effectively and be able to have people maybe approach you and have new clients, or even just have people ask you questions. They won't forget about that interaction with you, or even the little tent sign, make it something unique to yourself. So just finding ways to incorporate, like I said, your career into your everyday life is just really going to be key, especially in this market where you're kind of at the mercy of, your buyers wanting to go right away and, sending an offer within 24 hours and crazy things like that. So, this too shall pass. The market will settle a little bit, hopefully in the future. And I wish everybody, the best success in their career. So with that being said, I'm going to get started on why standing out is so important. As you know, we're a dime a dozen here in real estate, and people can choose from so many different real estate agents. So it's so important for you to decide, what is your why with your business. So my first thought was pick out something that makes you passionate. Are you passionate to work with first-time home buyers? Are you passionate to work with seniors and selling their home? Are you passionate with working with sellers? Are you passionate with working with maybe buyers that have purchased in the past and are looking for more of a conventional route, or, VA loans or property management? Spend some time taking some educational courses to figure out what makes you passionate about being in real estate. That way you can kind of, curb where you're going with your career. Of course, we can do it all. I'm just not sure that you can be good at every single thing that this market offers. So if you're really good at working with buyers, that may be something you want to get a designation in, or try to work towards, narrowing your focus a little bit. And of course, you can always work with sellers. You could ask your broker, to help you do a VA loan or something different that maybe you're not as familiar with. But finding your why in this is what's going to make you stand out versus, the million other agents in your office, or maybe just the 5 other agents in your office. So I know competition is fierce. That's just my personal suggestion. And if you need help, if you feel like you're passionate about something and you're on the BCAR website and you can't quite find coursework or, things that help you find that focus, please feel free to reach out to me, and hopefully I'll be able to guide you in the right direction and help you along the way. With that being said, I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about designations. So designations are offered within NAR, which is the National Association of Realtors. So that's a great tool for you. I am going to put the list of, there's 31 total designations. So if you're feeling lost in the abyss, you can totally go onto that website, look at each description and see what makes you passionate. Which of those descriptions makes you want to pursue learning more about that. Now, each of those designations are going to require different things. So I've decided to focus on the 2 most common, which is the ABR, the Accredited Buyer's Representative, which I personally have, and the SRS, which is the Seller's Representative Specialist. So I'm going to focus on those 2 areas. Every single designation is different. So ABR is going to require 2 days of coursework and some electives. These are going to be able to also go towards your CEs, which is great. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Same thing with SRS. They're going to require coursework as well. Those items will go towards your CE credits. And I know that you're not even thinking about these, or you may not be because you just got it, but trust me, 2 years comes quick and you'll be so appreciative that you got it over with, you know, when you did and what you learned. So the ABR, I feel like everybody thinks, you know, what is this going to do for me other than being able to put it on your business card? So with ABR, you get access to a portal on the website, and that's on the NAR website, and they'll walk you through that. It does come with a yearly fee, and I know, you know, you don't want any more fees, but trust me, having access to that portal is going to give you leverage over the other agents in your office. So you may be looking at that website and see a statistic on there that you could provide to somebody. You may see stats that you can prepare your buyers with of what's coming. You may see an article that hasn't come out yet that's actually on that portal that you can educate your buyers with. So this is going to give you tools, you know, to stand out really. And I highly advise for you to even just take a look and see what would motivate you there with the list of what they have. And of course, you know, you could put the designation on your business card. You could put the designation on your website. You could put it on your MLS profile. So this will go beyond, you know, the simple, I have ABR, so what? Or I have SRS, and so what? So I just really advise for going towards that. You can search the NAR website and it'll give you some of these courses are maybe 10 courses long that you could start working now and do 1 course a year. And then you could get, you know, your certified property management certification through them. So there's definitely some different things that you could pursue that give you your why and make you excited about, you know, coming to work every day and, you know, working in your niche that you enjoy so much. They also work together with the Code of Ethics, which is required for your CEs. It's not going to be the Code of Ethics coursework, but you'll be able to learn things throughout their coursework that are going to help you when you do have your Code of Ethics that come up biannually. So also some of the like funny things, it could come with a magazine subscription where you could sift through and learn a few things. And that's something you can do on your free time. Some of these courses are offered online as well, if that's easier for you, so you could do it at your own pace. Some of these courses are offered in the classroom, and I know Lisa just put in the chat that there's going to be ABR in November. I highly suggest going to BCREI and doing the course in classroom. There's such a difference between classroom and doing it online. I understand schedules may not work out, but hearing from a teacher, being able to directly interact, ask questions, find out about maybe more that the website offers or how you could be involved, even how you could be involved with BCAR to kind of help you with other things you might be passionate about, like giving back and things like that. So just being in that classroom kind of gives you that environment and interaction with other agents who could help you as well. Now, some of those people may have been doing real estate for 20 or 30 years that know things that, you know, help you to amplify your career a little bit. So my only other suggestion that I wanted to put out there is that I have come to love the website All Things Real Estate, which I will also send out. It is marketing tools for real estate that are a little bit different. There's t-shirts, there's hats, there's those little tents that I talked about. I do not make money from this website. I just have found that, you know, all marketing material for real estate has been consistent: red, white, and blue, black and red, you know, the typical colors. And this is, you know, sign riders that say come fall in love for Valentine's Day, just things that are going to make you, like I said, stand out a little bit more against the crowd. with that being said, I did want to leave a couple minutes in case anybody had questions for me about the coursework or the NAR website or time management, anything like that.
I love your all things real estate plug because I actually have a license plate cover on my license plate. It's just like, do you want to buy or sell real estate? Just like on the back of your license plate. It's super cool. And they give you those,
Yep.
like in the beginning, you were talking about going to a coffee shop and putting up a tent and having something, or even on the back of your laptop. You know, I'm a realtor, ask me a question, and being able to just, you get that from all things real estate. They have tons
Yep.
of crazy cool things to display that you are a realtor, you're knowledgeable.
Right. And it's those things, like I said, that allow you to incorporate your career into your everyday life. You know, you never know where you're going to be, that somebody's going to read your phone case that says,
This is
want to
my
buy a
old
house.
laptop right here.
There you go.
Yeah, you want to buy or sell a house. This is my old laptop. Literally, I put this on, you go to a store, just set it up, and it looks good. You know, it definitely looks good. And I just realized I had that.
Yep. Yep. So really helpful. I will put the link for all things real estate in here. And like I said, if anybody has questions, feel free to put them in the chat or raise your hand or, you know, whatever.
I wanted to ask, oh, I'm sorry. I'll let everybody else go. I'm learning here too.
Yeah, Anne-Marie put the link in already, Janine.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
and you know, I think it's a great resource. So thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
And thank you for making yourself available to people who may not want to ask a question right now, but you know, that you're open to them contacting you. And I know Javier does, you know, will do the same. So if you can't think of something now, or you don't want to ask it, you know, you could chat them privately, or you can certainly contact them.
Well, let's ask a
Contact us.
question. Well, let's ask a question. How many people here have ever heard of Calendly before today's session? Okay. How many people use it on a regular basis? Okay. Now, remember, Calendly, you can connect it to all of your email accounts. So when you guys are setting appointments with your buyers, setting appointments with yourselves, you make sure you put it into your calendar in your Google Calendar, and it syncs to the Calendly. So when you give out when you give out that link for someone to schedule time with you, your time is blocked off. This is a way for you guys to manage and create those boundaries, because sometimes somebody may say, hey, I want to see a house on this day. And you guys may not, you already have it in your mind that today was supposed to be prospecting, but now I'm showing this house for 4 hours and they're not even ready. But if you use a calendar and say, hey, go ahead, just choose what's best time for you. Here's the link to my schedule. And then your stuff is already protected. So you're going to protect yourself and set those boundaries without having to tell them no. Because when you say no, they're just going to go to somebody who will say yes.
Can you connect it to showing time at all? Is there a way to do that?
No.
Not right now. We're hopeful for the future to be able to connect showing time with really anything. But right now, no. And I did put my information in the chat. So like I said, feel free to shoot me an email or a text or a call with any questions you have about the designations or anything like that.
I'm excited about the ABR. I'm going to get that immediately.
Yeah, it's fun. And you get to pick your elective through a list of courses. So you can really pick, you know, what most benefits you in your career.
Awesome.
Scott, do you have a question?
Yeah, so, okay. For the showing time, you can hit the add to my calendar and it'll put it on your Google Calendar. Will then Google Calendar sync with Calendly, and then maybe that's the way to use it? So
Yes.
that's just a workaround for getting your showing time into Calendly.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scott. That's exactly right. So as long as it's on your Google Calendar, it will link with your Google Calendar, and then it would block out that time frame that you have a showing.
Time management is serious business.
Yeah, it sure is. And you could block out, like even in your calendar, you could block out times that are just personal time, family time, you know, whatever you have going on. They're not going to see where you are and what you're doing. So that could be a really good tool. But
Yeah.
all right, if nobody else has questions, I'm going to pass it off to Javier.
Excuse me, can you
Teresa's
hear
got a
me?
question.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
yep.
I was trying not to interrupt.
That's okay.
He just gave me an idea. So the calendar, could I connect that to my Google calendar as well?
Yep.
You
So
sure
we're-
can.
Okay, all right. How about an Outlook? Just, do you know? Both?
Outlook also.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, thank you.
You can do up to 2 for a set price, and then once you go higher to different calendar, they do charge you more. So keep that in mind. I believe when you first start, like when you first get Calendly, they only allow like 1 or 2 accounts to be synced for that. I believe it's like $8 a month or something like that. But if you want to
Okay.
go higher, you can do more. And then it also allows you to break into a lot of other different charges and things of that nature for anything else you do in your life. A lot of times we find that people who are realtors have other jobs, other careers, and some of those careers could be entrepreneurial. And if you have a service that you offer, you can definitely tie that price into the calendar, meaning if somebody is paying you for a service, you can actually charge them that service directly through Calendly. So it's really cool and unique how you can mix Calendly into your regular everyday life.
Perfect, thank you.
Awesome. And guys, feel free to interrupt, jump in, unmute yourselves, ask questions. This is about us, all right? Us, everyone here, because we want to grow our businesses, we want to stand out, and we want to hit our goals. In order to do that, speaking up is going to be something that we have to get used to doing, especially in this crowded market. It's a lot of people out there. If we could put every agent in like one room, it'll be like, wait a minute, this is like, I believe the stat was for the first time ever, and I think human history, I believe it was such a profound stat that there were more real estate agents than buyers. Right. And when you think about that, that's a scary thought, because that means that you now are competing with such a mass amount of people that you have to always come up with something new and creative, which is what leads me to my next awesome segment here. So appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you so much.
Javier,
I'm gonna
do you mind if I cut in for one quick minute?
No,
I just wanted to let
Yeah.
I wanted to let everybody know, I just put a link into the chat. This is going to allow you to search by the course topic that you're interested in, and pick out the designation and then find courses local to you. So I just wanted to say that I popped that in there in case anybody was interested.
No, I need this. Appreciate that. I'm putting that in. And for everyone in here, make sure if you don't have time, because of course we want you to be attentive to this meeting, but just bookmark like these, just click on them and just bookmark them to your website. I mean, your actual computer, so you can go back to them and just hit them all the time. That's what I'm doing. I'm bookmarking them because I'm going back. I got to get the ABR.
That's exactly what I did. So what you're trying with that, what you just posted now, the training courses, if I'm correct, Janine, we can take them now. They are CEs and they would hold in there until, go towards our license within the 2 years. I'm not rushing, 6 months before trying to get my CEs done.
That's correct. Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. So let's get started. What
Hi,
I'm going to
everybody.
do.
I'm sorry.
Jump in.
Do you mind if I just clarify 1 second?
Yes.
Sure.
The thing that I want to clarify is if you are a new member and at the Pennsylvania Real Estate Commission, you are in the new license category. The credits that you earn for the ABR will not be counted towards your CE. They will be counted towards the ABR credit. If you're after your new licensee period, then you can use those hours towards CE. I will definitely talk with anybody one-on-one. I do it all the time. And so I'll take that offline or send me a message. Sorry, guys.
If I can clear that real quickly. So you're talking about as a new member of, as a realtor, or new license altogether. Like I'm not new license agent.
Excellent. There are two words that everybody gets confused. You have your trade organization and you have your professional licensing organization. Professional licensing organization is the Pennsylvania Real Estate Commission. They will be the ones that tell you whether you're a new licensee or somebody else. Your trade organization is the realtor associations, BCAR, PAR, and NAR. And they're the ones that mandate the code of ethics. And they're the ones that are trying to inspire you to become a better professional, just like Janine and Javier are doing.
Okay, I'm
Teresa,
referring
you're okay.
to,
Teresa, if you've been a licensee, I think you're just a secondary member. This is,
so the C credits would go towards,
so the way it works, and we just have it up on our website, so in date wise, if you were licensed before December 1st, 2021, then you could use this for your CE credits. If you're licensed after December 1st, 2021, then you're going to have to take what Anne Marie was saying are the mandatory credits that the Real Estate Commission mandates.
all right, I was just confirming license with the state or license with changing from real estate agent to realtor. That's all I was trying to, you know what I mean? Which she did, I believe. Thank you to Lisa, I appreciate it. Sorry to be a pain in the butt.
Nah, you're all good. Clarification is key. Very, 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 very key. So I'm glad that we're all getting those questions answered. Thank you so much, Anne Marie, for breaking that down, and Lisa for helping, and most importantly, Janine, for that amazing first half of our building your brand event. I wish we had like some sound effects, but we don't. So I want to first start jumping into agent to agent relationships. All right. As a new real estate agent, as a new realtor, all right, we're often shown that we need to get to the deal, get to the transaction. We need to represent our buyers. We need to represent our sellers, which is all 100% true. But oftentimes I find that we are competing with other real estate agents in the way of, just being nasty to one another, not being 100% responsive to emails, for text messages, right? Trying to just do anything possible to get this deal done, not taking into consideration the agent on the other side. And oftentimes we find ourselves on the other end of that. So for example, if you're a buyer's agent and you're trying to get this deal done and you're coming up with some crafty ways of putting this offer together and you get the deal, and then your buyer is not 100% sold on that house. So now you got to pull away. And that person is not left hanging because you didn't have control of your buyer, but you didn't leave that relationship in a good way. You left it in a pretty fast and I'm going to do whatever I want and go and figure it out kind of a way. And then you find yourself on the other side where now you have the listing and now that person is coming in, submitting an offer. And now, again, you already have a bad taste in your mouth about that particular individual or afraid of what you did previously, right? So we're not going to go into every single detail and issue and fraction between agents and agents, but I really want to make it a point for us to understand that when we are interacting with other real estate agents in our community, we want to make sure that we're taking our emotions out of it and we're keeping it 100% professional, even if that other agent is not being professional, because you do not know when that is going to come back. Okay. And people, just like any other industry, talk, they speak, they tell you, oh, I had a bad experience with them, or don't deal with that person because that person is real nasty, or don't deal with this person because they don't follow the rules, or they're going to try to, come back and do an inspection in between the, the contingency periods to try to get out of the deal, or whatever that case may be. You do not want people to badmouth you, but we need to also do that. Like, we need to make sure that we're keeping cognizant of that as we move forward. So I'm only making that a point as one of my first things to speak about today, is because we find it all too, we see it all too often. We hear agents doing crazy things to get deals done, and they don't think about what it has to do with, of course, the public, relations aspect of it, right? So just keep that in mind. One of the most important things to do is just to always be professional and maintain your communication and your responses to an agent, always via text message. Via email, if you can possibly do it. If you have a message, you have something you want to speak to, make sure it's in the email format. Documentation beats conversation. So if you're sending in, an agent an email, right, about something to do with that deal, they have to respond. They're going to respond because it's documented, rather than you sending them a text and y'all going back and forth fighting about something, because that's not the way you want to do it. Okay. Email, documentation beats conversation, but most importantly, remember that you're going to run into this agent again. And you want them to see you as a professional as much as you want to see them act professional. Okay. That is rule number one. 100%. So going into all of our ancillary products, many of us are going to get introduced to a lot of title companies, a lot of lenders, a lot of inspection companies. Okay. These companies are going to help build your brand if you know how to leverage that relationship. Okay. And what do I mean by leverage? I mean, don't just accept a company. And I'm speaking from when you first start, because if you're on the listing side of things, how many people in here are looking to be a listing agent? With a show of hands. All right. We got some buyer's agents. And how many people want to be buyer's agents? All right. We got some hands in here. Okay, cool. So going into being a listing agent, you pretty much can choose and dictate exactly which, services you want to showcase to the buyer's agents or whatever the case may be. But being a buyer's agent, you have to be able to provide your buyers with passionate, valuable companies that's going to get the job done. So let's take a title company for an example. Many of you belong to brokerages where they already have a title company that they work with. They're going to tell you, oh, use ABC, title. And you're going to just say, great, title company just runs titles, no big deal. But there is a big deal. The way they answer their questions, how they get back to you, how fast do they get these deals done? Are there any issues they're going to pop up right before closing? Okay. These are the things that you want to evaluate for every single ancillary product. For inspection companies, are they going to explain in detail to your client throughout the inspection, or are they going to just be silent? Are they going to send a comprehensive inspection report that's not going to confuse my buyer, or is it going to be something that my buyer is going to feel comfortable with? Right? Is this lender going to walk my client through the process, or is this lender just going to tell my client to fill an application out and call me when it's done? These questions you want to ask to all of the ancillary products within your business. Why? Because when you have a buyer who is looking to enter into buying real estate, they're counting on you to recommend quality services. And if you do not give them quality services, oftentimes they point the finger back at you. Oh, well, you gave me this lender. This lender's not picking up the phone, or, oh, they telling me that I don't qualify all of a sudden, or they're not answering my emails. They're calling you for this, not the lender, because they can't get them on the phone. They're not calling your broker. They're calling you and complaining to you. Okay. So the bottom line is, guys, is I want you to maintain, I want you to make sure and maintain a professionalism, not also with the agents, but with these ancillary products, these companies. Inspection companies, title companies, lenders. Make sure they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and ask questions. Ask questions. It's very important. When you are speaking to title companies, clearly ask them. So, I wanted to know, how fast are you guys doing things? Or if there's any issues, who can I talk to? If there's any problems, what problems can happen? Have these discussions and find out which one of those companies best fit your brand. All right. And this is a rule of thumb for everybody to write down. Whenever you're giving your clients recommendations, always give them recommendations of 3. Okay. So if you're recommending, you just got this deal under contract, your buyer's excited, they're popping champagne, even though they never closed on it yet. And they're like, all right, what's the next step? And you're like, all right, well, we got to choose an inspection company. Well, do you know any inspection companies? Now, the logical thing to do is say, hey, here are the 3 inspection companies that I have used in the past. Here's the name of the person that I have used. Here's a telephone number of that person. But also, give them a call, choose which one you want, but also go on the internet and check and see, make a decision. You've done a couple of different things there. 1, you've shown them that you've done this before. Okay. 2, you've shown them quality people, not just the company name, but a person's name. Tom at Value Guard, here's his cell phone number, right? George at US Inspects. Here's his cell phone number. Okay. When you do that, you're letting them know that this is not just, a person that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. This is a person that's established. This is a business professional. Okay. But you're also protecting yourself, because if something does happen and things do pop up, even though they're preferred, things happen, you gave them an option. So they're not calling you and saying, Javier, you gave me, this crappy agent and this inspection is crap. Well, hey, I gave you all three. You make a decision. You make this choice, right? Now with the title companies, the same thing goes. Now we're here together as a group, and I'm saying this in all due respect, but a lot of brokerages want you to use their title companies in-house. Okay. We're realtors. We're advocating for our clients. So you want to make sure that if you are showing your buyers 3 different title companies, try to make sure one of them is the brokerage title company, respectively. But those other 2 are title companies that you either dealt with before or you sat down with, and they showed you that they can do what you're looking to accomplish. Okay. And the same thing goes for lenders. Make sure you guys are understanding the different types of lenders that are out there. There are lenders out there who do mainly repair loans. There are lenders out there that do mainly bad credit. There are lenders out there who do mainly top end, high level balloon, kind of crazy, big, the large scale purchases. Know who they are and know why you're pointing them in the direction of your client or vice versa. Cool. So 3, make sure you guys are using 3. All right. Because they're an extension of your business, and criticize their work. Do not just take what they're saying, criticize it, right? Be open, be transparent, because you want to be coachable. Everyone in here is coachable. Why? Because you're here, right? I don't know it all. I'm going to be doing this for a little bit of time, but I'm very coachable. So make sure that you're able to give criticism and you're able to accept it as well. Cool. So that goes into the next of attention to detail. Everybody in here should read over this weekend. What's today? Thursday. So over the weekend, how many people in here have read the agreement of sale in the last 30 days? We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, 4. Nice. Y'all in here do your homework. Okay. Now, why was that important? Can anybody tell me why was reading that agreement of sale important to you? Anybody can unmute yourselves. I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm just curious of why it was important to you.
So, I just was going over all of the updates that are coming out July 1st, all the forms that are being updated. Even though I've been on Standard Forms Committee for many years, I still want to see what the heck did we do and what's coming out and what are the changes, just to refresh it in my mind.
Absolutely. The changes. And I was so proud to be a part of the Standard Forms Committee in Harrisburg. And I'm always going to come back and go, I'm going to be a part of that. I applied for that committee. So yes, that is a great way. Philip, you had to throw in.
I read it fairly every month for all the changes, and also because I'm so old now that I just don't remember. And I got a hint for all the new agents, even the old agents. I know one person on the call that knows me. And, one thing for all the agents is when you do an agreement of sale, do it from line 1 to the end and read it, every single question, because the ands and ifs will get you.
Yes, that is literally what we're going over right now, because the attention to detail is super important. All right. And reading it for the sake of knowing what's coming and what will be changed is powerful in itself, because we are all business owners. Every single person on this call, you are a business owner, and you need to understand the business. Okay. And the business is contractual. It's a lot of contracts, a lot of stuff, a lot of signing. If you're sending your agreement of sale and your listing packet to your clients and your agreement of sales to your buyers, and they're sending it back in 5 minutes, excited, you're not doing your job. Why? Because it don't take 5 minutes to go through the agreement of sale. It don't take 5 minutes to go through the seller's property disclosure. It doesn't, right? We're allowing it because we're so fast. Everything's happening so fast. We got to get this thing going. We're going to miss out on this opportunity. So click those damn buttons and let's get this over to the listing agent. But what we fail to do is we fail to be able to go over that agreement of sale and understand how to explain to our clients different paragraphs, certain contingencies, right? You have a lot of things on that agreement of sale that can help you close a deal. A lot of people don't use the buyer financial information sheet. A lot of people don't use the escalation clause. They discourage using even talking about it. Some people, you mention escalation clause, they may hang up the phone on you. But if you are a professional, like we all are here, we understand the power of these documents. Why? Because we can articulate and communicate it to the other agent. Why? Because we've studied them. We understand that you can't tell me I can't use it. You can tell me you may not give enthusiasm to it, but you can't tell me I can't use it. It's a legal document. And you only will feel that confident if you read it and understood it and was able to explain it precisely. Okay? So make sure you guys are going over all of the contracts. I want you guys to write this down. Seller's reply to purchase offer. Seller reply to purchase offer. This is a document, I believe is from PAR. Okay, it may be your local associate. Well, you're in Bucks County, so you're here anyway, but seller's reply to purchase offer. Okay, all right. You already have the word escalation clause. That's another form. Okay, the buyer financial information sheet, BFI. Okay. Make sure these documents are in your deals and make sure you review these documents. Go over them. It's very important. Okay. So just wanted to point that out because it empowers you to know how to explain it. And if a person has any questions while they're going over, you don't need to pull out your computer. You can say, oh, which line are you looking at? Line 26. Okay, well, that's going to be our contingency. I believe that's the mortgage contingency, or I believe the default of the contract. And by the way, for those who were privy to the Standing Forms Committee conversation, the earnest money conversation is definitely heating up. And if you know this, you know it's going to be changing. Not yet, because they have made some postponements, but it will be changing for the better, in my own personal opinion. So any questions about the forms real quick before we move on to the next section of my conversation, of our conversation? I talk to myself a lot. Nobody has any questions? Okay, cool. All right. So social media, who loves social media? Show of hands. How many of us love it? All right, 1, 2. We got 3. All right, wait. Okay. Who wants to love social media? Let's ask that question. Who wants to love social media? No social media lovers in the building? Okay. All right. Well, listen, guys, unfortunately, you have no choice. Why? Because that's how people are buying houses now. That's how people are influencing purchases now. So no matter if you like it or not, we got to adapt to it. Okay. So here's a quick thing I want everyone to write down. Okay. Discover your own hashtags. Find your hashtags or create your hashtags. And this is for Instagram and or Facebook. TikTok, I'm not even going to start talking about that because that's not my realm, but Instagram and Facebook is, all right? And you need to use your own hashtags. And what does that mean? For example, we all live and work in Bucks County. Hashtag Bucks County Realtor, hashtag Bucks County Real Estate. Well, let's get a little deeper. Let's do hashtag Levittown Realtor. Let's go a little deeper. Let's do hashtag Cobalt Ridge Realtor, right? And let's even go crazier. And we could do hashtag, first time home buyer realtor. Whatever you want to do, figure it out. And when you go on Instagram, you look up these hashtags and you find out and make sure that these hashtags are something that's aimed at the people you're trying to help. So when I mentioned Bucks County, when I mentioned Levittown, when I mentioned Cobalt Ridge, that's because I want to attract people that lives in Cobalt Ridge, right? So I want to find out what other hashtags are related to Cobalt Ridge as a neighborhood so I can use that when I'm sending my post out. Why? Because other people are following these hashtags. Other people are using these hashtags. Some of them people may be buyers and sellers in the future. Okay, so create your own hashtags. If you guys want to learn more about that, reach out to me. I have a crazy way to retarget people through hashtags. So just wanted to point that out. Also, 80-20 rule. We all heard of it for social media posts, right? Everyone heard it? Heard of it? 80-20 rule, right? Cool. I got the jib, jib, jab rule. Okay, and the jib, jib, jab is 2 posts about something to do with not real estate. Post about food, post about animals, dogs, cats, anything, your family, yourself, the grass, the sun. Post about something, okay? But that 3rd post, make it about real estate. Make it about real estate. Make it about something about real estate. You know, seller tips or some stats about the market or a property that just hit the market from your brokers that you're allowed to promote. Anything that you can think of that's real estate related, post it. But make it after those 2 posts come, like you may post about other things other than real estate. This is going to help you with that dynamic because you're going to see that people lean more towards the non-real estate stuff, but they see the real estate stuff. They know you're a real estate agent. They know you're knowledgeable, but you also want to make sure that, you know, they're learning to love you in different capacities other than you being an awesome realtor. Cool. Cool. Social media. And for those of you who hate video in here? Who hates video in here? Everyone loves video. Okay, we got one person that hates video. I can't see a lot of y'all because y'all got your cameras off. But if you hate video, you can unmute yourself. It says, I hate it with a passion. Nobody hates video in here. Okay. I know some of y'all do, but that's okay. The reason why I say I know some of y'all do is because I've never, ever entered a room where everyone is saying they love video. It's just never happened. Here's a quick tip for you guys to increase your videos without being on video is voiceover. Everybody has a smartphone in here, right? Cool. You have a voice memo. If you go on your iPhone, it's under utilities. You have a voice memo on your phone. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your, let's just say you have, for example, a property that's in your market, that's in your brokerage that you can go and record because you got permission from that agent. You go into that house, you grab your phone, you walk around. Okay, now you got permission from the agent to do this. You walk around, open the door, check it out. Don't worry about the sound. You're going to go ahead and mute that sound and you're going to email that video to yourself. Okay. Once you email it to yourself, you're going to open it up on your computer. You're going to watch it. And while you're watching the video, you're going to press your voice memo button on your phone and you're going to record yourself talking about the video. So it's going to be like this. Guys, this house is amazing. So as we walk up, as you can see, the hardscaping really, really nice. And wow, do you see the light just pouring into this living room as we open the door? The kitchen is beautiful. Laundry room is right behind the kitchen. I love that, by the way. It's easy to walk. And as we could turn right down into the basement, we see the basement is full. It's done up. It's really nice. It could be a different bedroom down here if you want it to be. As you can clearly see, we're going back upstairs into the master suite. You're walking through the house verbally, but the video is a video of you walking through, but now you're recording it, your voice. So then what you can do now is you have both the video and the voice on your phone. Now you can just go right onto Instagram, click the reel button, the reel Instagram reels, okay? Upload the video, mute the sound, and upload the audio. There's a button for audio. You can put import and then go to your voice memos and then boom. So now you have a video with you walking through a house that's going to get a lot of views. It's going to help you with the algorithm. It's going to make you feel better about not being on the video yourself. Cool. That's a hack for those who don't like videos.
One
All
question
right.
for you. Got a question for you. You said on the iPhone, does it work on Android?
Yeah, Android, every cell phone has a voice memo button. If you don't know how to find it, just go to YouTube and say voice memo for Android and you'll see a video. But if anybody has an Android on the call, please put the instructions in the chat of how to get to the voice memo. It's on every smartphone. Every phone has a recorder, so it's there. You just got to find out where it is. Okay. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to help you guys come up with some stats. Most of the time, yeah, always ask the agent first, guys. When you go into showings, okay, here's a good way for you to target properties. Target the properties in your office. Leverage the brokerage. You have agents in your office who are kicking ass. Excuse my language, I'm so sorry. Lisa, you might be like, gotta embrace that. But you have agents in your office who are hitting their goals. Don't be jealous, or don't look at that as unattainable. Go. Hey, Bob, I see you got this amazing listing. You mind if I go and shoot a video in there for my social media and I will tag you in it? Oh, cool. Great. I could do them at every single house you ever have. Not a problem. Thank you so much. Who's going to say no to that? And they just gave you free reign to make content. And guess what? Social media is so shallow, they're going to think it's your listing. Now, you're not claiming it to be your listing, but they're going to see you posting all of these houses and they're going to say, wow, that Susan is knocking those. She's taking care of business. I'm going to give her a call. Susan, you're doing a great job. But meanwhile, you're just showcasing your brokerage, right? Which is okay, because we have to understand that social media is clickbait. Most of the stuff you see on social media is not real anyway. Okay, so we need to understand how to leverage that, not be afraid of it, but leverage that in the strategic format. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys real quick before we get out of here, because we're getting close to our time, and I have a problem with talking because I do a lot of it, and we're running past our time. So last but not least, I'm gonna go over two crazy. How many people in here have heard of RPR? 1, 2, 3. Damn, taking the wind out of my sails. How many people have heard of Canva? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, cool. All right. So I'm getting ready to show y'all RPR and Canva. Lisa, please stop me at 1 o'clock because I'm probably going to go way too far into this. I don't mean to confuse any of you. I'm going to be very, very quick and easy on what I'm showing you. But the main point I'm showing you here is the confidence of the market. Okay, many of you are not hitting your goals. It's not that you're not amazing people, it's that you do not know how to communicate and articulate what's happening in your market in a way that they see you differently than the other people who are making the deals. Okay, so what we need to do is boost our confidence level by way of understanding what the hell is going on. Okay, so we're going to jump into that right now. Now I'm going to pop in RPR. Everybody can see my screen, right? Unmute yourselves. Just give me a green light. I can't see you guys anymore.
Yes, we're good. We
Yes.
can see it.
Cool.
Yep.
Someone give me a zip code. Someone give me a zip code of an area that you're working real quick, just to show you. No one's got a zip code.
18966.
18966, Doylestown. Is that Doylestown?
Southampton.
Southampton, I know that. Okay, all right,
no,
cool.
North-
So that's the Southampton, Northampton area, Southampton area. Okay, so really quick, guys, I'm gonna just go back. All you need to do is go to home, click the research button, go to the neighborhood search. You're gonna have this information right off the gate. Okay, 12 months, as you can clearly see these data points. I don't want to go too far in detail on why you can use these, but clearly understand that they have a use. But most importantly, I want you to look at the trajectory of your particular zip code and compare to the actual county as a whole. But as you can clearly see, going all the way back here to February of 2019, or maybe coming up here to April, or even in May of 2019, all right, you see that the estimated values have gone from 366 to 490. By knowing those two differences, you can literally make a piece of content and put it on social media. Hey guys, this is Javier with Century 21. If you guys live in Southampton, this is a great time and still take advantage of the awesome increase in prices. Did you know in 2019, homes were valued at 366. Now they're almost at $500,000. Contact me today to get your market up to date quality report or whatever you want to say, right? Now I know that was really fast. I ran through it, but if you guys can help, if you guys can take your time and target exactly your script, you will be able to do this, okay? Most importantly, though, we're going to go into the map of this. Let me see if I can do it. Crap. Oh, before I go to the next screen, scrolling down here on this page, it's going to give you a lot of details about your market. It's going to show you a little bit of the school systems. You can actually run the school system reports, give them to your clients based off of what RPR is saying, not what you're saying. Also helps you out with population of children. A lot of times when you see a heavy toddler in elementary school, you know that people are going to be looking to upsize at some point in the future. And if you can find out where that is, you can go ahead and target those individuals. All right, going into the map search, taking that same zip code, 18966. Now we already seen the macro numbers. But let's go ahead and do some micro details. And let's say, for example, you guys worked in this particular neighborhood here, and you wanted to know what's going on in that particular neighborhood. You're going to go to draw polygon, click the polygon, go here with it. Let's just say again, this is the neighborhood you want to take over. Create market activity report. Once you create that market activity report, I'm going to show you what that looks like. The reason why this is beneficial to you is because when you pick up the phone or when you send out letters to those clients, those prospective sellers in that community, you're giving them data off of that community, not the whole entire Southampton as a whole, because there are two different markets. All right. Now, while that's cooking up, we're going to go right back to our home screen. And remember, the different kinds of reports that you guys have in here is you can go to a basic property search. If a person has a property that looking to get a valuation out of it, you can actually change and refine the value based off what they're saying and then give them something of accuracy. Now, while that's cooking up, I'm going to go to Canva. Well, you know what? I don't want to confuse you guys. Any questions before I go to Canva about RPR? All right, cool. So I'm going to wait for this market activity report. There's tune up here. Boom, right here. All right. Can you guys see the activity? Can you see the report?
Yes.
All right, cool. So as you can clearly see here, this is what I drew. And as I'm going down here, estimated home values are 487. Why that's important? Because as we looked at as a whole, it was at $390,000. Okay, well, I'm sorry, it was at $490,000. But now we're at 487 here with the changeover of 28% in the last 2 years. But we're going to go deeper. We're going to go right here to our sales price. Sales price is at 420. That's up 21%. So when you're on the phone with a prospective seller, and we go into detail with that. But when you start to find these prospective sellers, you can now understand you can now communicate with them about what homes are selling for and how much that number has increased over time. But then you have the list price. So the list price is 435 and the sales price is 420. That's telling you guys what? List price 435, sales price is 420.
They're getting under asking.
They're getting under asking. So if you guys have any buyers in this area who have been priced out in this community, you now know you can particularly go back there and get you a better deal. You wouldn't know that if you didn't have this data. But on the flip side, if you go and take a listing, then you know where to price the listings at and where not to. Okay, so this report here breaks down, again, how they find the data, and it gives that information, and pretty much it allows you to, I don't want to go too far in detail because I'm looking at my clock and I got 1 minute. So the bottom line here for everybody who are potentially confused is that RPR is here for the raw data. The more you stare at these numbers, the better story you're going to develop. You're going to understand the story of your market at a much higher level. That's going to allow you to communicate it to all the prospective listings out there, because that's what we need to focus on is listings. Many people are chasing only buyers. We need to change that into chasing listings, and how you do it is have this data. Now, real quick, Canva is literally my lifeblood, and this is all I do. For those of you who are like, okay, what do I post about? You just quickly go on here, and let's just say you're doing an open house. Boom. All these open house flyer templates pop up. All you need to do is exchange the pictures with the listing that you just got or the listing that you're going to be holding open house for. For those of you who are looking at helping out the other agents in your office, type in just listed. All right. You do not claim this to be your listing, but if you have a just listed and you're going in with putting it on your social media, it allows you not only to continue that value for your social media, but also promotes the office listings. Of course, get permission. All right. So I know I ran through that. I don't want to go too far into Canva because these are two subjects that I'm obsessed with, and I will go over them into a point where I might confuse you. So I apologize for if I confused anybody so far, but just know that Canva has exactly what you need. And most importantly, our PR is going to separate you from everyone else out there who is not a realtor. This is a realtor product. This is from NAR. This is free. It doesn't cost you a dime. Separate yourself by getting the same thing as Janine spoke about earlier about the portal. Utilize these moments, these tools that are not easily obtainable to increase your brand, because you need something creative and out of the box to separate yourself from everyone else out there. And if you want to learn more about any of this cool stuff, reach out to me.
I have a quick question for you. So I use Canva a lot, and how do you feel about like on Facebook and Instagram boosting your posts?
Yeah, so
Feel
don't
like
boost.
it's not, don't do it.
No boosting. You're boosting, just send me the money. I can send you my address and I'll boost it for you. So the bottom line, boosting your posting on social media is just a way for you to get exposure and have the algorithm show your post to different people, but it's not necessarily giving you any data. So make sure if you are promoting anything on social media, it is under the Facebook ad. And when you do under the Facebook ad, make sure you create your Facebook pixel. What this does, it allows you to target and then retarget your audience. Since we're all here realtors, you have to use the special ad category anyway. Right. So that restricts you on what demographics you can choose, but you can still choose demographics, right? Okay. And then when you do that, you can now retarget them and allow yourself to build up your audience that way. Okay, so it's better to do the ad than the boost. No boosting. If you want to boost, like I said, just it's throwing your money away. It is. If you spend $100, $200, $300 boosting, something's going to show up. Is it going to be obtainable to say? I mean, can you connect that to say I got a deal from that? Probably not. Budget. So the Facebook ads is the best way to go. In my personal. All right, thank you. Very welcome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Javier and Janine. It's been an amazing class. Now it's giving me an idea that we could just do one on Canva alone, in the future. And it looks like Susan has a question before we get off. So Susan?
No, I was clapping. Sorry, that was my little clapping thing.
You know what? You're right. That is a clap, not a hand.
Sorry.
But yeah, we appreciate your time, and we, thank you again. And we appreciate all of your time for coming and joining us. Remember, it'll be sent to you tomorrow as a recording, and it'll also be on our website. And if you have any questions, shoot out an email, send an email to Anne-Marie, myself, or to Javier or Janine.
Yeah, I just put my cell phone number in the chat and my email account and my email.
Great, thank you. And if you're if you are a new, realtor, join the new member success committee. Javier and Janine are very active. They're the co-chairs. And again, just contact us if you have any questions, and best of luck in building your brand.
Thank you all so much. Hopefully we'll see some of you at the Bucks break on next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
No, not hopefully. Everybody be there. Be there. You got a ticket. Be there. We can dive deeper into these conversations. Listen, guys, this is something that is very important. We have to surround ourselves with practitioners of our industry. Again, this is why me and Janine are here, because we're here to lead by not just our words, but our example and what we're doing. Right. So make sure you're tapping into both of us and really absorbing what we're talking about, because I promise you, it will get you to that next deal and beyond.
Alicia's asking how to join. I think, is that Alicia, how to join? Just Anne-Marie, just send an email to member services. Is that?
Yes, it's I just want to make sure it's the committee.
Right. So send an email to memberservices@bucksrealtor.com. and just say you're interested in that committee, and then we'll get back, we'll put you on, and you'll start getting the information about the committee.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And we're gonna have some more of these classes, and actually Javier is teaching one at the end of August on creating video content, videos. So it's going to be a great program. So look out for more advertising on that. And everyone have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much. See you guys soon.
Bye.
Thank you.